Coming up, we'll meet some of the hottest newer members of America's Bluegrass family, the Nashville Bluegrass Band, and that's right after these messages. Our next backstage guests have been hailed as one of the premier vocal acts in bluegrass music today, and since 1984, the Nashville Bluegrass Band has carried its new tradition music to audiences around the world. Tonight, they bring it to the stage of the Grand Ole Opry, and we're delighted to have them here on our Saturday night show. Welcome the Nashville Bluegrass Band in their entirety.
Here.
Thank you. Let's see if I can do it here. Stuart Duncan on the fiddle.
Sir.
Roland White, I'll get back to you.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Alan O'Brien. See, I knew I'd remember. This is Pat Enright, and this is Gene LeBay. You know, the first time I heard of you guys, I got a call one night from John McEwen, who used to be with the Nitty Gritty Dirt Band. He's now a solo act. But he was telling me, he said, I've heard this new group. They are great. The Nashville Bluegrass Band. I said, well, their name is certainly original. But he was really fired up about you guys. And then I heard you later on, and you've got a great sound.
Thanks. Yeah, we've known John for quite a few years. He's always been a bluegrass fan.
How long has the band been together now?
Since late '84.
Is this your first appearance on the Opry?
It's actually our second. We did one earlier this year.
Stuart pointed out just a few moments ago that, and I was totally unaware of this, that you guys used to play the theme song here on the Backstage show.
A couple of years ago.
Yeah, could you give us a little of that? I'm sure people who've watched the show will remember.
It's an old Stephen Foster tune called Angeline the Baker.
I did not know that.
Uh-oh.
I can see the credits rolling across the screen now. It's either time to come on or go home one. Roland, let me talk to you just a minute. You've been around the bluegrass scene for a long time. I remember used to see you on the Andy Griffith show, and I was confused. You weren't one of the Darlings. You were even before the Darlings,
It was
right?
before that, right? We had a group called the Country Boys with my two brothers and myself, and a couple other fellas.
You and Clarence White, your brother, formed a group called the Kentucky Colonels.
Right, it became the Kentucky Colonels about 1961. Johnny Bond and Joe Maphis came up with the name and recorded. They produced an album on the band in 1962.
Yeah, and I know you were with Lester Flatt and Earl Scruggs.
I came here in
What other
1967 with Bill Monroe as a guitar player from California. Then I went to work with Lester after when Flatt and Scruggs broke up. I went to work for Lester as a mandolin player. And I left that and went to join my brother again for a few months, and then was in a group called Country Gazette for 15 years up until this last year.
So
now I'm here.
I've seen you down at the Station Inn here in Nashville quite a bit, too. You still play down there quite a bit?
Oh, yes, we do. It's a little hangout for the bluegrass.
Yeah. Alan, you wrote a song I'm sure a lot of folks are familiar with, done by the trio, Dolly Parton, Linda Ronstadt, and Emmylou Harris, called Those Memories. When did you write that?
I wrote that the second year that I was in Nashville. Came to Nashville 74, it would have been 76. I was working with James Monroe at the time.
Pat, let me ask you, you guys are fixing to go back in the studio now and do a new album. You've had 3, and you got a new one on the way.
Well, actually, we've had 4. We did our last record we did was with Peter Rowan, a collaboration album, and that record was nominated for a Grammy last year. Of course, Bill won the Grammy that year.
Yeah.
But we're starting in the next couple of weeks. We're going to start recording a new album. Got lots of new tunes.
Great.
Some songs by some Nashville writers, some we've written. I think it's going to be a great album. We're shopping for a label. RCA, call us up.
Gene, I understand that you guys were the first bluegrass group to tour mainland China.
That's correct. That was before I was with him, but this was the first bluegrass band ever to play in the People's Republic of China.
Now, Pat, were you in on that tour?
Yeah, I was there. It was wonderful.
Yeah.
It was amazing. I think we were one of the first groups, private, or as far as a private group going in about 10 or 12 years.
Yeah.
The country was closed up tight
Yeah.
until a few years ago, and it was quite a trip, and we'd love to do it again, but I don't think we're going to do it again for quite
I'll tell
a
you what
while.
I'd love for you to do. We got about a minute left.
All right.
Can we get just a little more music here as we go out?
Sure.
Margaret, you want to come up here and dance?
No.
Yes.
Oh, you were dancing.
Yes.
huh? You
Yes.
love her.
Yes.
Come on, Margaret. Come on. We don't have time to beg now.
One of us will dance.
And let me just go ahead and say that those rip-snorting riders in the sky will roar in here in just a moment. Boys, hit it if you would. Stay with us backstage. Come on, Margaret.